Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am the Sipping Tea, and today I've got a news and updates video for you for today, the 29th of November 2022. Briefly, however, before I get into that, I just wish to issue a huge thanks to my patrons MB Hollywood, Niagara898, and Tanker Tough 66. Thank you all ever so much for your continued support. So, with that being said, let's get into it. So the first thing to announce this week is that the Awakened season is now in its last week. So if you've been hibernating early or something to that effect, anything really that has meant that you haven't already completed the season, then you now only have 1 week left. That is until the 6th of December. To complete the season, so get your skates on if you haven't already done it, though I dare say most of us, I would say at this point, already have. From there we move on to contracts. We have a couple of new contracts this week. They are the Stinger and the T44-122. Now both of these start today, but the Stinger is with us until December the 27th, and the T44-122 Talon is with us until the 10th of January. So if you haven't already got those tanks, now is your opportunity to earn them completely free of charge, or otherwise to get the silver for them if you do already own them. From there we move on to challenges and events. So this is called XP with interest. So basically what happens here is that you get twice the vehicle XP by earning at least 1000 XP in any number of battles. That's it, nothing more to it, so nice and easy to achieve. The restrictions are you can play it in all tiers in World War II, all eras in Cold War, and it's available in multiplayer and co-op. So quite a vast spread of availability right there, so no problem with that. From there we move on to premium bonus, starting today until the 13th of December. 3 nations once again. For World War II we have Germany and the USA. Starting with Germany, it is the E100 Heavy line, so starting at tier 5 for that, and then for World War II with USA it is the T110 E3 tank destroyer, so the turretless tank destroyer, starting also at tier 5, which is the M10 Wolverine. And finally for Cold War with the Western Alliance, it's the M1A2 Abrams line, and that starts right from the very beginning, because that is a very good place to start. It starts with the M46A1, then moving into the T34, so it takes that sort of diverted path. So with this event you get, as you're probably familiar with by now, because Premium Bonus is a well-established event, you get an extra 50% vehicle XP and an extra 50% silver when you play any of the tanks in those lines with those restrictions, mainly looking at the tier 5 restrictions. From there we have special sales, so from today until the 6th of December, so only lasting a week, we have the World War II Crimson and Cold Steel tanks back on sale. It tends to pop around every single year for the last few years or so. So this bundle will include, amongst others, the Ragnarok, for instance. So these tanks are somewhat similar to the black tanks in that they tend to have some pretty extraordinary bonus earn rates on them. So do check those out in the store. And yeah, that's some of those can be pretty good fun, I must say. I've got the Ragnarok, for instance, and that's quite a fun tank to play. From there we move on to it's the December Tank of the Month DLC, and this time it is the Tiger 131. So this is that bundle that we see pop around every so often, where you can spend $9.99 American, or of course your native currency equivalent, and you get a tank, which as I mentioned is in this instance the tier 7 Tiger 131 heavy tank. You get 850 gold, 3 days of premium time, and 10 lots of 1.5 times silver boosters. From there, weekly sales, relatively light on the weekly sales this week. I suppose it's because of course they've got all manner of other sales going on separately to these. I'll put the little graphic on the screen as per usual, but there's only 3 different types of weekly sales this time around, and they're all more or less at 50% saving. Moving on from there, super savings, otherwise referred to as personal offers. I'll put the little graphic on the screen, but this is the one where once you've earned a certain amount of XP, you then unlock a 50% discount on a certain tank or otherwise. So starting at 8,000 XP earned, you then unlock a 50% saving on the Thunderbolt tier 7 American medium tank. Once you've earned 20,000 or more XP, you then unlock a 50% saving on the American tier 7 M56 Scorpion tank destroyer. And finally, once you've unlocked or earned 40,000 or more XP in battle, you will then be able to get a 50% saving on the Soviet tier 8 LT432 light tank. From there, let's move on to reminders about the contracts. So there's only 2 ongoing contracts, not including the 2 that started today, of course. And they are the Big Top and the Chisel. Once again, a little graphic on the screen here so you can see it, but keep in mind the dates that I'm about to mention will have an additional week after that date where you won't be able to earn it for free anymore, but you can use your hard-earned gold to buy out the remaining contract if you haven't finished it in time. So we start with the Big Top, which ends on December the 12th, followed by the Chiseled, which ends on December the 19th. And that is it this week for the news. Nice and short and sweet this week. I'd just like to once again issue a huge thanks to my patrons, MB Hollywood, Niagara898 and TankerTough66 for your ongoing support. If you'd like to support me on Patreon, then please do find the link below in the description. If you're watching but not subscribed, then please do click the subscribe button. It's completely free to do so, and also make sure that bell icon has also been clicked as well, just so you know when one of my videos goes live. But that is it for this week. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.